Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're not just looking at a game, we're looking at a battle. We're going to break down a single, competitive domino match to show you the hidden strategy, the intense discipline, and the pure skill that turns a simple pastime into a true sport of minds.
So, when you think dominoes, what comes to mind? Just matching dots, right? A bit of fun. Well, what if I told you that at the top level, it's really a sport of intelligence, strategy, and unbelievable mental pressure? Okay, let's get into it.
I'm your host, Kojo Bensi, and to help me break down this incredible match, I'm joined by two of the absolute sharpest minds in the game. We've got our tactical analyst, Kwame Mensah, and our performance analyst, Ama Sirwa. Welcome to you both. What a match we have for you. Daniel gets the win 1-0 against Peter, but believe me, this was a tooth-and-nail fight. Kwame, I've got to start with you. This was no walk in the park. It was tight. So what won Daniel this game?
Kojo, it's so easy to miss, but Daniel won this match from the very first tile he put down. Look at this. The opening move, double six. Now, to most people, it's just a domino, but what he's actually doing is seizing control right from the jump, forcing Peter to play his game. He's setting the pace from second one.
Exactly. By playing that double six, Daniel makes 6 the live number, and that term is everything. The live number controls the entire flow of the match. Peter has to respond with a 6. So from the very first move, Daniel is asking all the questions.
And I'm going to jump in there, Kwame, because you're right. Daniel sees control, but Peter's position has its own power, By having to respond, Peter gets a huge advantage, information. He sees one of Daniel's doubles right away, he gets to watch his strategy, and he can plan a counter. It's a mental chess match from the absolute get-go.
That's a great point, Ama. Okay, let's talk about another key piece of the puzzle I noticed, the use of doubles. Both players were using them, but for totally different reasons. Kwame, break this down for us.
Oh, for sure. Daniel's use of doubles was pure aggression. Yeah, he used the 6-6 to open, but look at his mid-game plays, the 3-3, the 2-2. Those weren't just random plays. They were designed to force Peter's hand, to make him reveal his strategy. Daniel was on the attack. Peter, on the other hand, was using his doubles just to survive, to stay in the game. One was attacking, the other was defending.
And this analogy just hits the nail on the head. Think of doubles like your midfield generals in football. They stabilize your game, they can totally kill an opponent's momentum, and they let you dictate the pace. When you use them is just as important as how, and it's the difference between controlling the match and just chasing it.
Okay, so the mid-game is just getting incredibly tense. This is where the real brain power comes in. Both guys are tracking every tile that's been played, running this constant calculation in their heads, trying to figure out what the other guy is holding. The pressure is just immense, and that brings us to the single biggest moment of the match.
And here we go. This is the moment that could have changed absolutely everything. Daniel says, "Move on." Now, to an untrained ear, that sounds simple, like he's just passing his turn. But in this game, that's a crack in the armor. The momentum is about to swing, big time, over to Peter. This is his chance.
Emma, for anybody new to this format, can you just quickly break down what move on and a run actually mean here? What is on the line in this moment?
Absolutely, Kojo. So move on is simple. Daniel doesn't have the right tile, so he has to pass. This gives Peter a run, which means he gets to keep playing tile after tile, no interruptions. This is it. This is his golden ticket to run away with the game. So Peter's on the run. He plays 5-4. He's trying to escape, right, to build a lead and lock it down. But was it the right move? See, he needed to get away, but he had to do it safely. By playing 5-4, he makes 4 the new live number. And that, Kwame, that was the fatal mistake, wasn't it?
A fatal one, because look what Daniel's got waiting for him. The double 4. Boom. He plays it instantly. The run is stopped dead. It's over. Just an incredible moment. Peter opened the one door Daniel could walk right through.
And that, my friend, is what we call a catch on the brick. Kojo, this is the tactical killer blow. Peter had all the momentum in the world, but with one bad play, Daniel not only stops him cold, he snatches all that control right back. It's a devastating turn of events, and honestly, it's what decided this match.
So let's just boil it down, Peter's critical errors. First, playing that 5-4, opening up the number 4 for Daniel to pounce on. And second, and this just shows you the pressure was getting to him, he actually tried to play a tile that was already on the board. That's a huge mental lapse in tracking. At this level, one mistake like that can cost you everything. Peter made 2.
And let's be really clear about the objective here. It's easy to think this game is all about blocking your opponent. But in this format, that's not the goal. You win by being the first one to play all 14 of your tiles. Finishing is everything. They call it a goal. It's all about seeing your strategy through to the very end.
And that is exactly what Daniel did. What's so amazing here is his discipline. He had a tiny error earlier in the game, but he shook it off, he corrected himself, stayed completely focused, and played his last tiles perfectly to get that goal. That's the sign of a top player.
All right, time for the final analysis. Kwame, give me the tactical takeaway. For me, it seems like Daniel won because he controlled the board from the start, and he capitalized on that one huge mistake. Peter, he played well, but that one error on the run just cost him the entire game.
I completely agree. And this goes so far beyond just one match. This is a mental workout. You are building up strategic thinking, you're training your memory, and you're learning to make decisions under intense pressure. Peter's little lapse in tracking just goes to show how demanding it is. This game rewards deep thinking, not just quick hands. It really is a sport for the mind.
And that just sums it all up perfectly. Because dominoes, when it's played at this level, is not a game of luck. It's thinking, it's timing, it's execution. Kwame, Amara, brilliant breakdown. And thank you for joining us on The Explainer.